So today we're meeting with Kim, who is a therapist here at Therapy Utah. Kim works a lot with couples. And Kim, I would love to hear a little bit about what you often see with couples, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what you like to do to help them through those things. So what are some common issues that you see with couples?
Well, I think the most common issue that we can all agree on is that when you get married, you're very naive. You have no idea what marriage looks like, and there's really generally not an exception to that. So everybody who chooses long-term marriage and wants to be happy, they have to up-level and figure out how to do that. And in the different couples therapies, my favorite is called PACT therapy. You don't need to know that. Except for, to me, it teaches us how you have what's called a secure, functioning relationship. Okay. Where you both feel cared for and you both feel safe. So we call it like a couple bubble, because when people talk about a bubble, they say, oh, they live in a bubble. They don't understand what's going out around them. And we actually want that. We want just the couple to live in this bubble, and it doesn't matter what's going around them, what circumstances happen, you're going to feel safe and secure inside this bubble. And so the couples therapy that I try and work with is teaching you this structure, teaching you this how-to, so that forevermore you know how to have this really safe, secure, wonderful, fulfilling relationship. And I guess that's why I like couples. Nice. Because to me, I think it's just like where we get our joy. Our relationship comes from our joy. And if that primary relationship can feel caring and safe, and like you can lean into that relationship for a refuge, then life is great. And you can go out and be better in your whole life because you have this safe base to come.
Nice. I couldn't agree more. So can you give us like a few maybe just bullet points? What creates a good couple bubble? What would that look like? What are some things?
Sure. So I kind of put it in two areas. Like, you have to do the things so that the culture, the atmosphere, the environment feels good, right? You have an environment of appreciation, of care, of I've got your back no matter what, right? You've got that environment that feels so good, right? And so we're going to do a lot with that intention, like how do we do that? And then you have the part that usually causes the problem is the defensiveness in marriage. It's like when something goes wrong, do we go to one person's strategies, which is super protective and, oh no, you're the enemy. And that's natural because we get in survival mode. So you go into a fight, flight, or freeze, and suddenly we're pit against each other. So we learn how to not do that and use more of a two-person strategy, two-person sensitive, which means I can always keep my needs in mind and my perspective, and I can keep yours. And I can operate in a world where I keep those with me all the time. And that takes practice, and mostly it's working with our nervous system. Because it's only through our nervous system that we learn that, something's dangerous. And so to be able to work with the nervous system as a couple in so many different ways, so that we begin to, when things go off, we'll be okay. We're going to use things that make us both feel cared for and safe.
Nice.
And
what comes to my mind is co-regulation, right?
Yes.
When we can help regulate each other, then we can be better. And the idea that you said of, it's not your way or my way, it's my needs matter and our needs matter together, and holding space for both of those things. So thank you for that, and really appreciate those practical tips on how to hopefully increase your safety, security, and your overall happiness in your relationships.